This is day 68. Day 68, I think. We've got pretty well everything wrapped up in this building now. We have the electricals all wrapped, inspections complete, passed. Plumbing inspection, passed. HVAC, which is the mechanical, that's passed. The only one that we have left is our building inspection for tomorrow. I'll have to sign a VOC, which is a verification of compliance for the exterior sheeting. We have the connection to the city, which will connect our sewer and our water lines. That's happening March 17th, I believe. We've got our fire caulking up top. So that's that red caulking. Essentially what it is they want to see a continuous barrier for fire rating in between the two units. We've got the plumbing stacks from upstairs. Everything for this unit is actually just held within this location. That means you've got your own electrical panel, you've got your own furnace, you've got your own HRV, you've got your own hot water tank, and then you've also got your own sprinkler shutoffs. So all that's all within this mechanical room here. We're gonna go with something fairly simple. So it's gonna be a paint grade rail with iron ballast in the middle. It's gonna look good. We're pretty excited about the way that looks. We sent them some, for lack of a better word, for some inspiration pics, and they know exactly what we're looking for. We've got insulation will be happening in here Friday, assuming that we pass. And even if we fail on a couple items, as long as those items don't have to do with the exterior envelope, we can still continue on. These buildings will then be staged 1 week ahead and 1 week behind from each other. So it's gonna move really fast from here visually. This here was actually the impactful stuff, the stuff that's actually difficult to achieve in such a tight span. So we had all of the mechanicals and the electricals and the fire suppression systems, the plumbing, things like that. That's the real time consumer. Once the board goes on, things move real fast. You'll be surprised. If you're following along in the videos, you're gonna be really surprised. I have a drywall access from the front of the street here, whereas in the back units, I have to have the access from the back, just the way that they can load the board. We did the sliding door that gives a little extra room. There's not a large door to swing out. This is solid steel, so you can see the fittings in there. It's all gonna be pressure tested tomorrow. Up in here, in the attic space, we can't allow the sprinklers to be in a space that can be accessed by the cold. So what we have to do is actually build a containment unit around them, essentially with cardboard. They build it and then they spray foam that. And then that's actually what creates the new vapor barrier. You'll notice that we have these green lines spray painted. And what this is it actually comes from our insulators. They come through, as soon as I tell them, hey, we're gonna be booking for inspection right away, they'll come through, they check out the houses, make sure that they don't see any major issues. In this one here, originally, if you guys remember from back in one of the other videos, I tried to have them spray all of the rim joists prior to installation of everything. It was just too cold, so they weren't able to. These outlets, you'll see, they're different from some of the other outlets, and I'll explain why. This here is called a gasket box, and essentially what happens is once they insulate here, they have a vapor barrier that goes over top. That vapor barrier presses over top of here, and then when they cut out the drywall, well, the drywall's anchored, it gets screwed in, it causes a pressure fit, and when they zip the inside of this out, the drywall then forces the poly to seal up against this. And so that basically eliminates the air travel. So we made an on-site decision now. These cabinets have been shortened to 18 inches to include the 12-inch bar overhang, but that essentially puts us to about right here for the end of that. So we've opened it up by probably, in theory it's 6 inches. Because of the angle, it actually feels more like it's probably 4, but we thought that that was probably a worthwhile change to make. You still get all the storage, you just don't get that really deep storage. Slight change. So we've moved it over here, and then we've moved the dryer over here. That should give us a ton of space to be able to get in, to be able to hook everything up, and to have everything function well without having to open up the drywall to be able to install a washer or dryer. And there's no reason to go 8-foot basements anymore. The 9-foot basement's gonna cost you roughly, it's different based on square footage, but I would say on our project to go to the 9-foot basement, the entire cost is probably $7,000 per unit. That'd be the concrete, the extra studs cost, insulation cost, literally everything. Okay, another thing that we like to do is make sure that our sites are really clean. This is probably above and beyond what I would typically do because we had an open house. We have extra gravel here, but we would do the walkways, you do the stair protection, you do rails, all those kind of things. Probably excessive on the gravel, but nonetheless. So these are the outside of the buildings. You can see all of the hoods, they all are level. These pieces here for our sumps, those are all at the same height.